Hi there, I'm Miriam and welcome to Miriam's Manor. So before I get into today's video, I want to remind you guys that I did just release a video for our 2024 Christmas Village contest. We will be doing that towards the end of this year. I am making the announcement for it now so that you all have plenty of time to prepare for your Christmas villages this year, because all entries are due December 1st of 2024. I will link that video at the end of this one as well as in the description box of this video, so that if you haven't seen it, you can go there and get all of the information on that. So today I am beginning a new series. So for those of you who are unaware, I do make and sell Christmas Village platforms like this one on my Etsy page. Each year I release a new line, and this year my hope is with this series is to give my Etsy customers inspiration on how to stage these Christmas Village platforms in a few different ways. At the same time, I'm hoping that all of you as my YouTube viewers will also get inspiration from these videos for your villages, so that if you see a kind of style that you like, maybe you can replicate it yourself at home, or even if you just want to attempt to make what you see here in the Christmas Village platform basis. So just a few housekeeping rules for my Etsy customers. So every year when I release a new line, the base size is the same. Each piece is 24 inches long by 18 inches deep, and the heights vary between the style of the Christmas Village basements. This one in particular is 3 inches tall. And the reason that I do that is for uniformity. So that way, for those of you especially who have bought multiple pieces, you can line them up next to each other and it gives you a nice, clean, uniform look. I decided with this particular size, with an 18-inch depth, is because this fits on every standard type of sofa table. It fits on your kitchen counters without taking up your entire counter. You can still have prep space and cook space if you wanted to set up there. It definitely is small enough to fit on a coffee table and still leave you room, as well as storage, because most of the shelves that we have in our closets are about a 12-inch depth. So this can still fit in its box that it's sent out in on your shelf with a little bit of a lip hanging over, but it won't topple over because I've tested it. So you should be fine there. Also, in every single package that I send out to you as my Etsy customers, I do provide you with care instructions on the very top of the box when you open it. I would ask you to please read through that completely before removing the package from the box. Basically, what one of the big things that I mention in the care instructions is how to remove this out of the box, because I wanted to maximize the space in the boxes that I send out to you guys. This is going to come to you very tight in the box. It will be wrapped up, because anything that has a snow top on it, I definitely wrap it in a thick paper for you. But you want to open both ends of the box, and then from the top of the box, and the top is always the side that has the label on it, you want to push it through the bottom of the box. And that way you will not have any damage to the corners of your platform whatsoever. I've never had an issue with that ever reported back to me from any Etsy customer, but I just wanted to make sure that I go over that note. Also, in the care instructions, if you have resin in your build because you've purchased something that has a lake or a stream, please read through that so you guys can see how to properly take care of that base so that it lasts you for years to come. I also provide instructions for those of you who are buying bases with this realistic snow look on it as well. So with each base that I design, I do have a theme in mind for each individual base. And I thought it might be helpful to you as the consumer to kind of get into my head as the creator, to tell you and show you what I was thinking when I created this base in the first place. Although many of these bases can be used in several different applications, there was one particular thing typically that stood out in my mind that I created it for. So I wanted to go over the main design idea first with you guys, and then also in addition give you another staging option for the piece as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into staging this piece. Before I begin staging this, let me give you a closer up look of what this looks like without anything on it. This base is called the 2-tier Cobblestone Patio Christmas Village display platform. And obviously because this is the outdoor patio area here. Now there's 2 ways to get up to the second level with stairs, one off to the right and the other off to the left. The cobblestone detailing is still on the outside of this here, and then the rest of this is all the rock formation look. The finish is all the way around the platform, including the back. When I build a platform, I make sure that the consistency with the rock formations as well as the paint job is the same all the way around. Now, as you can see, this has some realistic snow detail on top of it. This finish will last for years to come. It is normal to experience some light shedding year after year, but this is applied very thick that it is going to last you, especially if you are following those care instructions provided. Now, I have a bunch of stuff set over here to the left, if you can believe it. All of this is going on just this platform today. And then I also have some tree options off to the side as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for this particular base, I am going to begin with these extra large Limax facade buildings. You can see they are a little bit thinner on the sides. And let me grab my tape measure so that I can show you the depth of this piece. So this is about 4.5 inches deep. This second tier level up here is 7 inches deep, just to give you a heads up on that. So you can fit a normal size building on here on this second tier of this level for sure. But I'm going to choose to go with the facades so that it gives me a little bit more room in the front. Now, these tables and chairs I picked up at Michael's in like their fairy garden section. I did clip the legs a lot shorter just for my preference to make it more of a scalable height to a Christmas Village size. And I also clipped the legs even more up to this bar part on the table. And the good thing about these, if you chose to, these are all made of styrofoam, the bases. So if you wanted to, you could take these 4 chairs, push this down into the styrofoam so that it would stay put for you. I am not going to do that today, obviously, because this is for you and not for me. So I want you to make that choice. And we are going to give them a little plate of food. And next, of course, the waiter. And let's see, who am I going to use next? I think I'm going to have this guy reading his newspaper, sitting and having some lunch on his own. Now, I love this because the details do matter. I tried to choose things that were already in this space here. So we've got some wine and cheese on the platter on this charcuterie board, which is the same in these markets. And then of course, bread you can get anywhere. We are going to put a few shoppers around. Now, of course, if this was my Christmas Village platform, I would always paint this base to match whatever color the base is on. So I would take the time to paint that base white to match this snow. All right, so let's go ahead and move down to the second level. Again, I am keeping my buildings all kind of staying with the same theme here. So I'm gonna put that there, and this one in this corner. And for this one, I wanted to make this like a little kind of, like all of the markets here, and this down below is kind of the gathering space for people to hang out after they finish up some shopping or going wine tasting. And so I am going to put this fire pit in the center. And this does actually light up, you guys. Look at how cute that is. And of course, we need people to be sitting by the fire. Okay, and lastly, for this piece, I am going to have this roasted chestnut cart. With this little guy getting some roasted chestnuts. And here comes our bread guy. And this is where they got the bread. So we're gonna have him peddling his bread here. And this little gal is going to be checking out the cookie decoration station. And there you have it. Now let's go ahead and add some trees around here. I like to add tall trees to the back. Now I had to really get some tall trees because these facade buildings are super tall. And it's on a second tier elevated. So we are gonna go in with some taller trees in the back. Let me scoot this forward just a bit. And then come in with this next level tier here just on the sides. Cozy it all in, and we can stick this tree off onto the platform in this corner here where we've got some room. And let's see. You know what, let me grab a smaller, different tree. And we can even add a tree here. All right, so here is the final look. This is such a full and abundant scene. I just love the way this turned out. And this is exactly what I was hoping for when I designed this piece. I wanted it to reflect this busy market with this outdoor lifestyle where everyone can kind of congregate, come together, shop and eat together, and just have one of those busy like downtown or market days. And I really think that this look definitely has achieved that. All right, so the second way that I saw this piece going is a neighborhood. Now, I am going to use regular size pieces at the top of this. You can see this is just a tiny smidge over 6 inches deep. And that one's going to go back in the corner. And then this one is about 5 inches deep. All right, so houses are all set in place. Now, you have plenty of room for houses to go down here if you want it. As a matter of fact, let me just move this down here so that you can see. This is a Department 56 house, and it is extremely long. This house is 10 inches long. So you can see, even if you wanted to do 5 houses on this base and have another one here and have a shorter one like this one down below, it would completely work. I, however, just think that this space would be super cute, kind of decorated as the neighborhood park. So let's go ahead and get the top part finished up. Instead of using the benches like you saw me use up here, now we're going to go in with patio furniture, of course, which makes it more appropriate for a neighborhood. And again, this just creates the communal space for the neighborhood, because if you cannot tell, I love spaces that bring people together. And in certain areas, just that community is lost in certain spaces. And so I love to create that in my villages. I'm going to have these two over here making snow angels. This little guy, so the snowman. Oh, forgot to add some trees. We'll add one there. There we go. You know, I think I'll bring back the fire pit back over here. And one last finishing touch. Okay, you guys, it is all set. I just so adore this setup as well. Let's go ahead and go down in for a closer look. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that this video has provided you with some inspiration on how to style your Christmas village bases, especially for this one in particular, for those of you who purchased this one. Again, it is available for sale right now on Etsy. The link to do that is in the description box of this video, and I will also include it on this bar below. If you guys have any questions for me, as always, leave me a line in the comment section. I will get back with you. If you haven't done so already, please give me a big thumbs up for this video, subscribe to the channel, and click on that notification bell, because this series, I will be releasing videos like this over the next like 6 to 8 weeks until I've gone through basically the entire new line for 2024. So that is all I have for you guys today. Until I see you again, stay safe, God bless you, and I will see you soon. Bye.